Okay, good morning everyone. Wish you a very happy Diwali to everyone. Uh, actually in the last lecture we have started with the definition of orthogonal transformation. So what is orthogonal transformation? There are two conditions for the orthogonal transformation. The first one is it is linear transformation. The second one, it should preserve the dot product. That is Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q for all points P and Q in the E3 space. And after that we have proved that uh, whatever the orthogonal transformation, whatever we had defined, it is an isometry. Okay, that is we have proved distance between Cp and Cq is equals to distance between P and Q, which we have proved with the help of our dot product. Okay, Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q. Then we have written Cp dot Cp for all P and Q, it is true. So that's why instead of Q we have written P, and then we have used a linearity property to prove the result. Okay, any doubt for the definition of orthogonal transformation, isometry, or the translation, the same some theorems which we have seen about the translation?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let us go for the next point. See, before I forget, you will not have your second lecture, okay? Second lecture Nasnare, directly you will have a lecture at 1:30. Show that the rotation is orthogonal transformation. Show that the rotation is orthogonal transformation. Okay. So for that, let firstly what is given in this one, we have been provided that C is a rotation. Okay, we know that how to find out the rotation. That means whatever the coordinates we written, Cp is equals to Q. So C is the rotation given to us. So we can write them as C1 cos theta minus P1. We will write P1 cos theta, P2 sin theta, P1 sin theta plus P2 cos theta, P3. Okay. Let us assume that P dash is another point with the Cp dash will be equal to some Q dash is equals to, we can write this as P1 dash cos theta minus P2 dash sin theta, P1 dash sin theta plus P2 dash cos theta and P3 dash. Okay. Now, what is our aim to do? We have been provided that C is a rotation, and our aim is to prove that it is a orthogonal transformation. Okay. Rotation आठवते ना सगळ्यांना कसं दाखवले होते? We have done this in our classical mechanics paper also. Yes, anyone remember this? A rotation matrix we are finding for every rotation. In this example, we have, or in this case, in the differential geometry, we have performed a rotation through z-axis, so that's why z coordinates are same. Okay. आठवतंय ना सगळ्यांना rotation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, PP dash belongs to E3, right? Now, what is our aim to prove that it is an orthogonal transformation? That is to prove that first we have to prove C is a linear transformation. Then we will prove that C preserve the dot product. बरोबर हेच करावं लागेल ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So by definition of orthogonal transformation, first we have to prove it is linear, then we have to prove that it preserves the dot product. So what I will do, let us consider firstly, if I want to prove linearity, first we'll prove the linearity. So for that, let us assume that AP plus BP dash. First we will write down what is AP plus BP dash. So it will be equal to AP1 plus BP1 dash, AP2 plus BP2 dash, next AP3 plus BP3 dash, Right, now our aim is to prove it is linear. That is, let us start with C of AP plus BP dash. So which is equal to what we want to prove, A CP plus B CP dash, correct? We have to prove this one. So let us, whatever given with us, what is given to us, CP is equals to, CP को कैसे लिखा है हमने, with the first coordinate जो है P1 cos theta minus P2 sin theta. Okay, so here for initially we have P1 P2 P3. So instead of P1 P2 P3 what we have now, P1 की जगह पे ये है A P1 plus B P1 dash, P2 A P2 की जगह पे यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, A P2 plus B P2 dash and P3. Okay, so are you getting me what I want to say? CP को जैसे हमने लिखा है, in the very similar way I have to write down now by definition of you can say this is equation 1 by definition of our rotation, जैसे हमने rotation define किया है. Okay, P with यहाँ पे ये जो P है उसके coordinates क्या है, P1 P2 P3. So इसलिए हमने ये equation 1 लिखा है. Okay, now in the very similar way I have to write down for CAP plus BP dash. काय change असे लिखे? So it is simply A outside and here P1 plus B P1 dash. Correct? A P1 plus B P1 dash into cos theta. Correct? Next, what is the next coordinate? Minus A P2 plus B P2 dash sin theta. बरोबर? Is it okay with everyone? Any doubt for this? ये वाला जैसे लिखा है हमने वैसे ही लिख रहे हैं. P1 की जगह पे यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? It is this whole term A P1 plus B P1 dash. Correct? P2 की जगह पे ये term आएगा. So whatever we have defined our definition, whatever we have found in the last two lectures, where I have told you how the rotation is performed around the z-axis, and I have given you in detail. If you are having any doubt, go back and you can check it in the YouTube lectures. Now what is second one? In the second one, you can see here in the second one we have P1 sin theta plus P2 cos theta. So P1 की जगह पे यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? A P1 plus B P1 dash. So here it will be sin theta plus what is the next term? A P2 plus B P2 dash. Here it will be cos theta and the last term will be A P3 plus B P3 dash. Okay, A P3 plus B P3 dash. Is it okay with everyone? काय डाऊट आहे का? आत्ताच विचारा. हेलो.
नो मैम.
ओके, थोड़ा सा चेंज है. जहाँ पे P1 P2 P3 है वहाँ पे हमें A P1 plus B P1 dash, A P2 plus B P2 dash and A P3 plus B P3 dash, क्योंकि हमें linearity prove करना है. Okay, now let us expand this so that we can have the result as ACP plus B CP dash, and which will prove the result. Okay, so for that one, what we will do, we will collect the common terms in such a way that we get A outside and we get A CP plus B CQ dash. Okay, so here what we will get, it is equals to A CP plus B CP dash. Okay, ये हमें find out करना है. Correct? So for that, what I can do is, let us expand this. So what I get, A P1 cos theta plus B P1 dash cos theta minus A P2 sin theta minus B P2 dash sin theta, comma, what is the next term? Again here we have A P1 sin theta plus B P1 dash sin theta plus A P2 cos theta plus B P2 dash cos theta, and the last term as it is A P3 plus B P3 dash, which is equal to, now what we have to do, what we can do here is, if I want to take A common, okay, if I take A common from this term and this one, so I can write this as A common P1 cos theta minus P2 sin theta. Correct? Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
P1 dash cos theta minus P2 dash sin theta. Okay. Now similarly we can do for the second term. For the second term also, if I take a outside, what I remains inside the bracket, it is P1 sin theta plus P2 cos theta plus B if I have taken P1 dash sin theta plus P2 dash cos theta, and the last term as it is AB3 plus BP3 dash. Okay. Now what we can do on the next step? Yes, what we can do so that we can separate it, क्योंकि आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हो, so here we have it is plus, here is also plus, here is also plus. Okay, so I can separate them so that I can write this as, in the first one I will write down the first terms, plus के पहले जो terms है वो मैं यहाँ पे लिखूंगी. Okay, so A as it is P1 cos theta minus P2 sin theta प्लस नेक्स्ट टर्म यहाँ पे कॉमा करके हमें क्या लिखना है, ए P1 sin theta plus P2 cos theta and the last term AP3. Correct? Plus ये वाला जो plus है, plus plus and this plus. With the help of that I can write the second term as B outside, and we have P1 dash cos theta minus P2 dash sin theta. Next term it is B P1 dash sin theta plus P2 dash cos theta, and the last term is B P3 dash. Now you can see from these two terms A is common, so I can take A outside. So if I take A outside, what I remains inside this one, whether it looks like your CP, अगर A मैंने कॉमन लिया तो क्या बचेगा यहाँ पे, P1 cos theta minus P2 sin theta, in P1 sin theta plus P2 cos theta, and last term is P3. Similarly you can get CP dash if I taken B common from the second term. समजते सगळ्यांना?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So directly I can write this term will be your CP and this whole term will be your CP dash, which implies we have proved that C is a linear transformation. Yes, anyone having a doubt for this one? क्या करना है हमें, simple calculations है. First you have to write down AP plus BP dash. After writing this, you can get the first, second and third coordinate, and already we know the definition. So by definition itself, P1 instead of P1 you have to write down the corresponding coordinate instead of P2, whatever the coordinate you got, like that you have to prove the result that C is a linear. Okay, so here we have proved the linearity. What is our next job to prove? C preserve the dot product. That means we have to prove that Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q for all points P and Q belongs to E3 space. Correct? So for that, let us start with the RHS. So that is, let us start with the LHS. Cp dot Cq is equals to, okay, Cp and Cq हमें पता है, right? What is Cp? It is nothing but P1 cos theta minus P2 sin theta, comma P1 sin theta plus P2 cos theta, and the last term is P3 multiplied with Q1 cos theta minus Q2 sin theta, and here we have Q1 sin theta plus Q2 cos theta and Q3. इन दोनों का डॉट प्रोडक्ट इवेलुएट करना है. Yes, anyone can do this. Just evaluate the dot product and tell me the answer. Easy है dot product का evaluate करना. You can do it.
केली का बंद? आ सोडा लागली.
Yes, what is a dot product if you have evaluated this? येत आहे ना सगळ्यांना डॉट प्रोडक्ट इव्हॅल्युएट करायला कोऑर्डिनेट वाइज? I have told you how to evaluate this. If it is P1, P2, P3 dot product with Q1, Q2, Q3. So what is the dot product? P1, Q1 plus P2, Q2 plus P3, Q3. हां सांगा सगळ्यांनी काय आलं?
P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2 plus P3 Q3.
Yes, any other student? Yes.
Same.
Okay, good. So what you can see from this Cp dot Cq is equal to, you got it is as P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2 plus P3 Q3, which is nothing but your P dot Q.
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
or no? Okay. So you can write this as P dot Q. You can write Cp dot Cq is equals to, you got it is as P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2 plus P3 Q3, which is equal to P dot Q, and hence we can say that C preserve the dot product. So with the help of one or two, you can say from equation 1 and 2 or from 1 and 2, we can say that C is orthogonal transformation. So from where we have started? We have started with C is rotation, and then we have proved it is a orthogonal transformation. Okay. Now let us go for the next theorem, in which given that F is isometry on E3. Okay, everyone should write down this theorem. It is very important, because in the next, whenever you are going to prove any theorems of isometry, this theorem will be important one. If F is a isometry, if F is a isometry on E3 such that, what is the condition on this isometry? F of 0 is equal to 0. Okay, that means it maps 0 to 0. म्हणजे हे translation तर नहीं है. Okay, isometry has a 3 type: translation, rotation, and orthogonal transformation. What is the condition for the translation? It moves every point with a fixed distance in a specified direction. But here you can see this isometry maps 0 to 0. Prove that F is an orthogonal transformation. Prove that F is orthogonal transformation. Okay, how to prove this? F is orthogonal transformation. Given that, what is given to us? First, we will write down this in the proof. F is isometry. What do you mean by F is isometry? We can write the result. What is the result for the isometry? What is the definition? Distance between FP and FQ is equals to distance between P and Q. Correct? So this is what a definition. This is true for every point P and Q in the E3 sphere. Let's name it as equation 1. Also it is given. What is given? F of 0 is equal to 0. हे पण दिलेलं आहे ना? Let us name it as some equation 2. Now what is our step first? We will prove this theorem in the steps 1, 2 and 3, because we want to prove it is orthogonal transformation. To prove any isometry to be orthogonal transformation, first I have to prove it is linear, then I have to prove it is preserving the dot product. Barabar? Just now we have proved for rotation, na? We have proved rotation is a orthogonal transformation in the 2 steps. First we have proved it is linear, then we have proved it is preserving the dot product. Okay. So let us first prove the F preserves the norm. Okay, in the step first we will prove that F preserves the norm. Okay, we want to prove that F preserve a norm. So if we prove F preserve a norm, in the second step we can prove easily that F preserve the dot product. Okay, so let us start with whatever given to us. F preserve the norm. Okay, for that we want to start with what we want to start with, say norm of P. What is a norm? Norm tells you the distance from the origin. Yes or no? माहिती आहे ना सगळ्यांना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is your norm of Fp? I can write this as norm of Fp minus 0, because it is also telling us the distance from the origin. Correct? But what is given to us? Norm of Fp as it is. But what is 0? If from the equation 2 you can see 0, I can write it as F of 0. Okay. Now here you can see that as F is a isometry, so Fp minus F0, can I write this as norm of P minus 0? Barabar? Between Fp and Fq is equal to distance between P and Q. What is the condition on P and Q? For all points P and Q belongs to E3. 0 पण तुमच्या E3 मधूनच आहे ना. P and 0 both are from E3 space. So norm of Fp minus norm of F0, F of 0, you can write by using the condition of isometry, or from equation 1. Using equation 1, I can write the result. What is this norm? This is nothing but a distance between 0 and P, which is nothing but your norm of P. So from here we have started a norm of Fp, which is equal to norm of P. Okay, we have proved the first step. Now you will understand while proving the second step that why we have proved the first one. Okay, because actually जब थ्योरम कंस्ट्रक्ट होता है तो वो रिवर्स में होता है और लिखते वक्त वो एक स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसीजर में लिखते हैं. ओके, you will come to know if you come to the doing a PhD or anywhere if you want to do a research. Step 2. What is a step 2? We have to prove that f is preserving the dot product. Okay, we have to prove f preserve the dot product. Okay, to prove f preserve the dot product, since f is a isometry, we have to start with that. क्योंकि सिर्फ हमें वही दिया है ना. F is a isometry. Distance between FP and FQ is equals to distance between P and Q. Okay, so what is distance between FP and FQ? I can write this as norm of FP minus FQ is equals to, ये equation को क्या लिख सकते हैं? Norm of P minus Q. Okay. Now if I take a square on both sides, norm square of FP minus FQ is equals to norm square of P minus Q. Correct? Now with the help of a dot product property, that is norm square is nothing but x dot x. So this you can write down on this step as, by definition of norm square of x is nothing but x dot x. So I can write this as x dot x, that is FP minus FQ dot product with again FP minus FQ is equals to P minus Q in dot product with P minus Q. Correct? Now if I evaluate the dot product, what I get? FP dot FP. लिहिता आहेत का सगळे?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Q. So you can get it as minus. Should I write this as minus 2 times FP, FQ, and the last term? What we will get the last term? Simply FQ dot product with FQ, which is equal to again P dot P minus 2 times P dot Q. Okay, just we are evaluating the dot product plus Q dot Q. Now we know again you can use the same definition of norm, and you can write this as norm square of FP minus 2 times FP dot FQ, and it is equals to norm square of FQ, which is equal to, now I can write this is what, norm square of P plus minus 2 times P dot Q plus what is the next term? Norm square of Q. But what we have proved just now in the step first, we have proved that norm of FP is nothing but your norm of P. Correct, na? Step first. Norm of FP is nothing but norm of P. So I can write from the step first. What we have proved in the step first, we have from the step first you can write down norm of FP is nothing but your norm of P. So can I cancel these two terms? Both are same, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I can cancel this also because this is true for every P and Q, and 2 is non-zero, which are also get cancelled. We get it is FP dot FQ is equals to P dot Q minus 2 minus 2 get cancelled. And hence in the second step we have proved that F preserve the dot product. Okay. So from where we have started, let us see theorem. F is isometry. This is given to us. That means distance between FP and FQ is equal to distance between P and Q, that it preserve the distance. Okay, equation 1. And also given that f of 0 is equal to 0. Prove काय करायचं? Orthogonal transformation. So first we have proved it is it preserve the norm. Then we have proved it preserve the dot product. Okay, we have make a use of a step first. In our step 2, we have proved the step 2 also. What we remains to prove now, f is a linear. Third, we have to prove that f is a linear transformation. Okay, so we can do this with the help of f of AP plus BQ is equals to AFP plus BFQ. For all points P and Q belongs to E3. Okay, what are A and B? These are real numbers. Okay, given that P is with the coordinates say P1, P2 and P3 and Q is with the coordinates say Q1, Q2 and Q3, which is equal to summation over I Pi Ui. I can write like this because any vector can be written in the linear combination of the natural frame field. So I can write this as Qi Ui. Barobar?
Yes, ma'am.
Now to prove this step is somewhat lengthy. So what we will do, I will prove step by step. क्या करना पड़ेगा हमें firstly? We have to see that what is Ui dot Uj. It is nothing but delta Ij. Because these are nothing but your just like a frame field. No, Ui means what? These are the unit vectors in the direction of x, y, z axis. So I can say Ui dot Uj is equal to delta Ij. So as f preserver dot product, can I write this as Fui dot product with Fuj is equals to Ui dot Uj? Is it okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
आता केलेत ना स्टेप 2 मध्ये fp dot fq we have proved it is equals to p dot q and this is true for any point. Okay, now here you can have fui dot fuj is equals to ui dot uj, so which is also equal to delta ij. So I can write fui dot product with fuj will also be equal to delta ij, which is equal to 1 and 0 for I equal to j, for I not equal to j. Correct? Now so here you can see again this is also forming a frame field. So can I write this as in this Fu1, Fu2, Fu3 forms a frame field. Right, that is dot product of them is 0 and their norm is equal to 1. Okay, if it is forming a frame field, if you remember one theorem I have told you. Okay, we have proved one theorem that any vector B can be written in the linear combination of three vectors. VE1 plus VE2 E2 plus VE3 E3. After that, V is equal to firstly we have proved C1 E1 plus C2 E2 plus C3 E3. Then we have proved C1 is VE1, C2 is VE2 and C3 is VE3. Yes, if you don't remember, you can go back in the after the definition of a frame field. We have proved this result that any vector can be written in the linear combination of E1, E2, and E3. Okay, E1, E2, E3 वहाँ पे क्या थे frame field. Now here instead of them, what we have Fu1, Fu2, and Fu3. Okay, so the same theorem I can apply that as it is forming a frame field, we can say any vector Fp can be written in the linear combination that Fp dot product with Fu1 dot Fu1 plus next term Fp dot product with Fu2 Fu2 plus Fp dot product with Fu3 dot product with Fu3. समझते सगळ्यांना काय केले ओनली चेंज इज व्हाट E1 E2 E3 की जगह पे हमने Fu1 Fu2 and Fu3 यूज किया. ओके, why we have used this? Because E1 E2 E3 forms a frame field. Here Fu1 Fu2 and Fu3 also forms a frame field. समझते सगळ्यांना?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
So I can write this in the form of a summation. Fp is equals to summation over I Fp dot product with Fui and outside Fui. Correct? As we know that F preserver dot product, I can write this as P dot Ui and this Fui as it is. Since we have proved from the step 2, we can say that as F preserver dot product, Fp dot Fui, I can write like this, P dot Ui. Right. Now what is our last step? Now here up to this one it is okay. Now you can name this as some equation 4. So now we can prove the linearity. Okay. Now let us consider what we can consider to prove linearity. Let us assume that FAP plus BQ is equals to what we can write this as by using the above equation. Okay. What is this equation? This is nothing but your FP. Okay, you can make a use of equation 4 and p की जगह पे यहाँ पे क्या है ap plus bq. Yes, it can be written as summation over I, हाँ, ap plus pq and dot product with ui into fui. Is it okay with this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
To prove linearity, that's why we have considered AP plus BQ. Okay, so this step, you can say equation 4 we have derived so that we can prove the linearity very easily. Okay, so this summation just you have to expand and you can get the result. Okay, expanding in the sense if you take A outside, it is independent of summation. Summation over I P dot product with UI into FUI plus next term B outside summation over I Q dot product with UI into FUI. Now what is the value of this term from equation 4? Baka, equation 4 मध्ये काय
FP.
Okay, so equation 4 it is nothing but your FP. In the very similar way, what is the value of this term?
FQ.
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 So hence I can write this as AFP plus BFQ. And hence we have proved the linearity. We have started with FAP plus BQ is equals to, we prove it is AFP plus BFQ, which proves that F is a linear. Okay, go through the theorem once again if you have written, and then we'll go for the next point. Okay, वाचा सगळ्यांनी. If you have any doubt you can ask, otherwise we'll go for the next point. Okay, it is very important theorem. Afterwards in every theorem of the isometry we will need this. Yes, everyone understood what we have done in the step first. We have proved the f is at the norm. Okay, with the help of taking the second point is 0, fp dot fq की जगह पे हमने क्या लिखा है? Sorry, fp comma fq की जगह पे q is nothing but your 0. Which prove the step first. Using step first, we have proved the if preserve the dot product in the step 2, and then we have gone for the our theorem. What is the theorem? Any vector can be written in the linear combinations of E1, E2, E3, that is a frame field. And now instead of E1, E2, E3, we have a frame field as FU1, FU2 and FU3. Okay, by making a use of that theorem, we have proved F is a linear. If you just remember the step, it is easy to prove the result. Okay, let us go for the next point, that is next theorem. Every isometry of E3 can be uniquely expressed as orthogonal transformation followed by translation. Okay, what is our aim to prove? Every isometry of E3 can be expressed as can be uniquely expressed or described as orthogonal transformation followed by translation. Yes, can anyone tell me what do you mean by this statement? वाचा स्टेटमेंट आणि सांगा काय प्रूव्ह करायचं आहे आणि काय दिलेलं आहे. Okay, I want the answer from every student. What do you think from the statement? Yes, who will tell me the meaning? Namaste, Kai. Yes, what you get from this statement? What is given and what we want to prove?